Hello! In this video, I'm going to be talking about my community-based project. The teacher I interviewed for this is Lauren LaBombala. She is a second grade teacher at Pottsville Elementary, and her students are ages 7 and 8. The problem that she's been facing in her classroom is that she is struggling to communicate with her ELL students, as well as struggling to help them understand the lessons due to their language barrier. And in this video, I'll be talking about different technologies that I think can help this problem. The standards for this lesson include second grade foundational reading standards as well as phonics decoding standards. The standard for this lesson is that students will be able to decode one-syllable words with vowel teams, and the specific vowel team for this lesson is the EA vowel team. And for this lesson, students will be able to categorize EA vowel team words based on the different types of sounds they make, as well as recognizing them in short sentences. The first piece of technology I can use for this lesson is called the Dialogue Translator app. This is a translation app that teachers can download on their phone or their smartwatch and able to help translate speech for their ELL students. Teachers can speak directly into their phone or watch and have their students hear it back in the language they need. And this can also be used to have students speak into it and have the teachers understand what needs they need to be met. This app is kind of similar to Google Translate, which Ms. LaBombala already uses to communicate with her ELL students, and this can be used to either translate speech or text. The second piece of technology I can use for this lesson is called BrainPop ELL. This is a website that teachers can use to help their ELL students. This site has individualized tests and practices that students can use, as well as lots of videos and games that they can utilize. This website also has ways that teachers can see just how much English their student already knows, and they can help them kind of meet them where they are. For this type of lesson, students can both hear and see the different types of English vowel teams and learn which words have them and what different types of sounds they make, to help them understand how to categorize them based on their sound. The third piece of technology is called the Talking Points app. This is another app that both teachers and administrators can use to communicate with families. For this lesson, teachers can communicate with parents and help provide them with resources and extra help that they need to help their student when they're not at school, to help them kind of help their English abilities. Now we're moving on to the activities portion of this lesson. To start this lesson, I will take about 10 minutes to have students come together on the carpet, and we will go over a short presentation slides about the different types of words that use EA vowel teams. I would then take about 3 to 5 minutes to have students kind of talk and think about the different types of words that they know that use EA vowel teams, and we would kind of call on 2 or 3 to share them. And we would place them into categories based on the sound they hear. So for example, the word team has the EA vowel team, and it has the long E sounds, just like in the word eagle. So we would place the word team in the eagle category since they both make the same long E sound. And same for the word health. So the word health has the EA vowel team, but it makes a short E sound, like in the word bread. So we would place the word health in the bread category because they both make the same short E sound. The second part of this activity is giving students a short worksheet. I would have them work on this worksheet for about 10 minutes, and this also includes placing the words into their categories based on the types of sound they make, as well as working on reading fluency by having them circle the words that have EA vowel teams when reading short sentences and making sure that they know what types of words they're looking for. For ELL students, this is the time that I would use the Dialogue Translator app to help them make sure they understand what they need to be doing for the worksheet, as well as making sure they understand the different types of sounds the words can make. I can also allow students to use BrainPop ELL to make sure that they know what types of words they're looking for, and they can both hear and see the words in both Spanish or English or whatever language they need help in, and they can understand the different types of sounds that they make. After giving students about 10 minutes to complete the worksheet, I will call on individual students to read a word that they saw on the worksheet and have them tell the class what category they place it in. I would then review any words that students had trouble either reading or what they had trouble placing into the correct category, and making sure that everyone knows, which words go in which category based on the sound they make. Now for my ELL students, I would use the Talking Points app to share with their families the lesson we did today, as well as a Spanish or English copy of the worksheet so they can practice learning these words and learning the vowel teams at home. Now we're going on to the assessment for understanding, how I will assess that my students know what the lesson is about. For this assessment, I will have students do a 20-question quiz over the different vowel team words. It's a multiple choice quiz, and it's also matching a picture that they know to the correct EA vowel team word. For ELL students, this quiz can help them understand vowel teams by seeing pictures of familiar things that they either see in the classroom or just in the world around them, and they can help familiarize themselves with the words in English, as well as understanding that these words have EA vowel teams and they have different patterns of vowel sounds. And finally, after each student takes the quiz and turns it in, I will go over any frequently missed words and work with students one-on-one who might need more help, including my ELL students. This is the lesson that I think will really help Ms. LaBombala communicate better with her ELL students and help them understand the lessons and